It's finally time for me to address the Clash Royale update slash issues slash why I don't play Clash Royale on my account anymore, or in these videos anymore. Recently, everybody knows that level 16 and Heroes came out into the game. Now, me like everyone else realized that this would majorly affect Clash Royale ever since, I was there when level 15 came and was one of the main reasons why I quit Clash Royale at that time. But I came back for a little while just to see whether the game was fine. It was in a better state when I came back, but this introduction of a new update slowly will kill some of their player base. Now, their player base will never go because there are people who have spent money on the game. I've never spent money on the game personally because it is a free-to-play game. But level 16 got rid of elite wildcards and it basically rehauled the entire Clash Royale economy, exchanging a bunch of your items for gems. Books were vanished into God knows where, and lucky drops were inherently nerfed without them actually notifying us, because 5-star lucky drops gives you 1200 ice columns now. Yes, that is something that I did get from a 5-star lucky drop. Anyways, that's not the main point. Like, I'm not inherently mad about them taking away resources because they did technically reallocate them, but I've seen a few things about it being very shonky. My main problem is the direction that they took the game to. If you know, Clash Royale was in a all-time high in terms of earnings and players. And then what did they choose to do? They chose to make one of the worst decisions of their life, level 16 and the addition of heroes into the game. Now, firstly, I'm going to address heroes. Heroes are just basically juiced up versions of normal cards that never needed to exist to begin with. Like evolutions, right, was a good concept. You have to cycle to be able to reach that certain brokenness of a card. And now, if you know about heroes, you may also know about champions. And there was one champion who is still broken to this day that people complain should be nerfed to some extent, which is the boss bandit. Now, the boss bandit is a good representation of how broken these heroes are. Two of the most broken ones being the hero knight and the hero musketeer. The hero knight having a radius of basically 3/4 of the map with his taunt is not good in terms of interactions, because what do you mean I can put down a musketeer on the opposite side of the bridge to defend a balloon, but if the hero knight is just a tickle of a pixel over, he can taunt my musketeer to run towards him? What happened to kiting? You don't even need to kite anymore. With the hero knight, you can just universal taunt and shank everyone towards you. Not to talk about, his blasphemous shield that lets him survive on the tower and taps your tower like 4 to 5 more times, right? And the hero musketeer, people thought she would have been bad, but for 3 elixirs she gains a turret that's 10 times more powerful than a Tesla and a bomb tower, and she can knock out an entire lava loon push by herself. Let that sink in. 7 plus 5 gets countered by 4 plus 3. There's also the mini P.E.K.K.A giant combo, which is not as prominent because people don't really want to spend money on the game, but the people who do spend money on the game always utilize I've seen the giant mini P.E.K.K.A in top ladder, which is where basically the giant will knock something into another lane, and the mini P.E.K.K.A is protected by this giant with 10 trillion health for some reason. Still don't understand why they gave that giant so much health. And then the mini P.E.K.K.A behind gets backed up by a freeze from the other player. It's just a ridiculous combo to see. But anyways, as I was saying, heroes weren't that necessary. Like, to be honest, champions were already good enough. They should have just expanded upon evos. Like, for God's sake, the giant and the mini P.E.K.K.A don't even have an evolution. And then they released the hero musketeer and hero knight, which totally overshadows the evo. Except I have seen some interactions where the evo musketeer can take out the hero musketeer, but that's only when you align it properly and you directly wipe it out. But it's very, very anyways, sorry for the sighing. It is 41 degrees today, so I am almost, you know, stark naked. Well, not stark naked, but yeah. Now to move on to level 16, my most unfavored part of this update. Like, heroes, at least they gave one out free to everyone so you could test it out. Level 16 on the other hand, let's talk about the levels in general. There's some interactions I realized were dumb as hell, and just they need to do something about level 16 and like revamp how high it brings things. Because let me list some interactions. A level 14 log cannot kill level 16 goblins. A level 15 firecracker cannot kill a level 16 firecracker. A level 16 hog rider can counter a level 15 cannon by itself and still get 2 hits on your tower. That level 16 hog rider interaction I have seen over 22 times. It genuinely, they need to fix something about this update, because, or they just need to nerf the bloody hog rider. But the people I played against, the level 16 ones, it's the interactions that you get out of them are so questionable now, because the level difference between a level 15 and a level 16 is somehow bigger than when Moses parted the Great Sea. And it's just like, what am I versing? Because when they put down a level 16 wizard behind the tower and a level 16 Mega Knight, which is boosted by a pancake tower, basically done for if you have level 14 troops, right? And yes, you may say, oh, you can use an ice golem and kite. Yeah, not when he puts a hero musketeer at the bridge. And he places down a turret which kites your golem back towards the hero musketeer. Or he uses a hero knight so that all the skeletons and ice spirits go towards the knight and the Mega Knight goes towards your tower. You know, maybe you should have thought it better, Supercell, when you dragged one of your best games through the mud, same like you did with Brawl Stars. But level 16 genuinely needs to be fixed. They need to do some balance change or something to offset the discrepancies between the units, because there's no way level 15 and level 16 can be such a big difference, right? And also heroes, don't know if they're a replacement for evos, but it doesn't seem like Supercell wants to release any more evos anytime soon. So yeah, so deleted the game. I'm finally free from my boundless torture. I don't know what I lost to, but it was a guy that had all level 16s, and with my level 14 log and level 14 goblin drill. Yeah, I was having the time of my life, you know. Even though they have may have no skill, you know. By the time I would take one tower, he somehow placed 50 elixir behind his bridge, you know. And he had double heroes as well, so, or she, who knows. Anyways, that's the conclusion to the Clash Royale saga on my channel. There wasn't really much of a saga to begin with, it was just me ranting. But yeah, this video was just to address what I feel about the Clash state. And I hope you guys will realize that too, and maybe stop spending money and encourage Clash Royale to take a different direction.